Hey, how are you guys? It's been a minute. I definitely post less frequently than when I first started. I would like to post more, but I don't know. I bought a camcorder today because I really want to do vlogs. But like artistic vlogs. I want to do vlogs in an artistic way. I don't know how much I like the camcorder that I bought. I might get a different one. Generally, I really like my eyes, and the reason why I don't wear makeup is because I feel like I like my face without it. Like, I feel like I look better without it. I feel like when I put on makeup, I feel like it takes away from my face. I feel like it makes me look worse than I normally do. And so, I don't know. Let's look at it so far. Looks pretty. Okay, what's next? Okay, now we're gonna move on to the eyes, I think. I think this is our base. What should we talk about? What should we talk about? Here's a comment on a post that I made where I asked you guys what I should talk about in videos. Someone said, I don't know if you covered it already, but the struggle to feel real. If you ever have this issue, it seems like many people don't feel as real as they used to. Maybe it is a symptom of the internet. I've been there, and I hear some others have too, especially gamers. I don't game, but I think it's an ingredient. It could be as simple as too much screen time, but I wonder if it's deeper somehow. Conspiracy theory alert. Okay, so that's kind of interesting. Sometimes I don't feel real. Sometimes I just feel like I'm like breezing through the day. Like, I just don't really feel, I guess I don't feel grounded, and I guess it's just hard to conceptualize that I'm like perceiving reality, that I'm living reality, like instead of just perceiving things, because like life is, honestly, I feel like life is kind of like, life and consciousness is a hard thing to grasp. Like, that's a crazy thing to grasp, like the creation of things and the fact that things are real at all. And like, I totally get what they mean. Like, sometimes I just feel like there's so many days, like we live so many days, we wake up every day alive again, and I don't know, not knowing who put us here, like not knowing really like who created us. We've never been face to face with our creator or anything. Like, that's kind of, it's just, life is something that we don't really fully understand. It's just something that was given to us. It's not really anything. It doesn't really mean anything to some people. Some people don't do anything with their lives. Some people don't have passions or hobbies even. Some people are just addicted to the internet and they don't really do anything. Like, some people don't really care about anything. Some people are, I don't know, they're just living life just because they have to. And sometimes I feel that, like, I really struggle with waking up in the morning. I'm always. Let me know this. I'm interested. How do you feel when you wake up in the morning? Do you feel well rested? Do you feel like awake and alert and clear headed? Because when I wake up in the morning, every single morning for my entire life without fail, I always feel like a groggy sack of shit, like no matter what. I guess there have been a few times when I wake up and I'm like, wow, I feel great. A few. But generally, when I wake up, like I really struggle with waking up. It's just so hard for me to do. And I remember being a young child. This is just how I am. It's just like, it's like I'm just wired this way. And people didn't understand why school was so hard for me or why it made me so depressed. But since I was little, I remember sleeping all day and just being unable to wake up. Like, I was just so tired. I was so tired, and it just felt like so impossible to get out of bed. I just felt like I was anchored. It's like my sleep was anchoring me to my bed, and I just couldn't get up. Like, I can't even wake up because I'm still basically asleep. And this is how it's always been for me. And, you know, I still struggle with it to this day, and so it kind of sucks because I want to be able to, like, wake up early and do things, because when I do have so many hours in a day, it's amazing. Like, I really want to live that way. But just waking up is exhausting to me. Like, every single day it's a battle. Even if I'm waking up late, like, it's a battle every day. And so sometimes just being alive and, like, having to deal with life, it just feels like this huge boulder. And it's just really hard to do sometimes. And you have to do it every day, and you just don't really have a choice. You just are alive, and so you have to keep going. And I love life. Don't get me wrong. I'm really, really grateful to be alive and to have the experiences that I have, but sometimes it's really hard, and sometimes I feel I don't know, sometimes I do feel kind of absent. Like, I really don't think I am absent. Someone at work the other day asked me. Like, there was one of my tables that I was serving. They were, like, fighting the whole time. And I didn't notice. Because, like, I don't know, I just wasn't really paying attention. I was at the end of a double. I was focusing on closing. I was tired. I didn't care. They were in a section that wasn't... I never work that section. I never really have to pay attention to that section at all. So I wasn't paying attention to them. And I know that they weren't being really serious, but they were like, oh, is this a telenovela over here? And I was like, what? Like, what are you talking about? And she was like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how absent-minded are you? And as a joke, I was like, 10. But that's not true. Sometimes I feel like people think that I'm dumber than I am. And someone has told me this before. They wrote a song about me, and in the song it said that they found out that I'm smarter than I let on. And honestly, my whole life, I feel like people have thought that I was dumb. I feel like when I was in school, like, especially, like, middle school, people thought that I was dumb. Like, I don't think people, like, it's not like everybody thought that, but I feel like my friends made fun of me because I didn't know certain things. But in reality, I just was exhausted and depressed because I had to wake up every day and it was so hard for me and nobody understood. And so I didn't really care about school because it was just so hard for me and I didn't want to do it. And I don't really learn. I learn through experiencing things. I learn through like repetition and experiencing things and hands-on experience. And I also learn by asking questions and inquiring. And in school, I didn't always, it's not, it's a whole class. Like, I wasn't always free to, like, make the teacher focus on me and my questions in, like, during class. And so I didn't always learn everything that they were trying to teach us. Like, in history, it was just books and, like, boring lectures and, like, text. I don't learn through text, through reading text. Like, I just don't. Like, I'm so sorry that I just don't. And, if I didn't know something, I feel like people mistake not knowing something for stupidity, or like not knowing things for stupidity. I think there's no way for you to know things unless someone teaches you about them, or unless you learn about them, or you find out about them. How are you supposed to know something if you don't learn it? And a lot of things that I should have learned in school just didn't work for me. It just didn't work. I am thinking of taking some classes, like a Spanish class or a math class. Honestly, I like math. I think I'm good at math. And I never knew that I was until I had a good math teacher. And I didn't realize how fucking horrible all my other math teachers were. Like, I think it takes more than just passion to be a teacher. I think that lots of people want to be teachers and want to teach people things, but not every teacher is good at explaining things or teaching things in a way that makes sense to everybody. My freshman year math teacher was one of the best teachers I've ever had because he made it seem so simple. And I realized how simple math really was. Like, it really is simple. It's like a puzzle. And you need to know, like, the formulas to, like, figure out the puzzle. And that's how I found out that I wasn't bad at math. I would like to take a math class. I also want to take a Spanish class. I was also considering like a humanities class. I would also really like to take a creative writing class. I think my writing is good and unique, but I also think I'm still young, and I think that as the years go by, my writing will likely mature. I was reading a book. I just read a book called I Who Have Never Known Men by Jacqueline Hartman. It was so good. It was so good. And the way it's written, I was like, wow, she is a genius. Like, she's a genius. Because her writing sounds so smart. Her writing sounds so smart and mature. You can tell that she's so mature and smart. She writes about so many things in this book. Like, you can tell she must have done a lot of research. Just the language that she used. I think it might be a French book that was translated to English. Not totally sure. It's about these women who were locked in a bunker, and that's how they lived for years. They didn't really have memory of why they were there or what happened. They have no idea what they're doing there, and they are being watched by guards. And then one day, something happens, and they start to explore a peculiar world. And it is just so fascinating. The entire time I was just waiting for an explanation. And I can't spoil anything for you because you should totally read the book. But I can't write like that. The language, the way she described things, I just felt like I was there, and I felt like I could. She didn't over-explain things or she wasn't excessive in the imagery or anything, but still, I felt like I could picture it so well. And I really don't want to spoil anything, but I'm going to talk about it a little bit. They're locked in a bunker, right? Like, they're trapped in this prison, and then they're kind of trapped in another prison. And so the mundaneness of things, like, so few things really happen in the book, but it's still such a fascinating whirlwind of experiences, and the things that you feel and think about are still just so, like, it's like their lives are mundane, but the descriptions are so vivid, and when something does happen, it's so exciting, and it's so just, oh my gosh, I was enthralled. It's such a good book, and it's just written so well. I would highly recommend that book. And I looked up, like, with her language, I just figured, like, she must have written many books, or, like, gone to school, or she must be a little bit older because of the amount of things that she talks about in the book. Like, it's much easier to write about things from experience. And so I looked it up, and I think she was like 66 when she wrote it. And that made complete sense because the writing was very mature. And I don't write like that. But I would like to someday. Here's an update on the makeup. And now, don't hate me or make fun of me, but I've never read To Kill a Mockingbird, because I don't think they ever had me read it in school, and it took me a while to get my shit together, so I just never read it, but I'm reading it now, and I like it so far. It's interesting. I think that life feels less real when there's less excitement or less variety in feelings. Like, if you're kind of feeling a lot of the same thing, or if you're doing a lot of the same thing, I feel like I tend to feel less real. Like, I kind of start to feel like, I don't know, it just feels more mundane, and waking up feels like more of a challenge, and I guess sometimes you just question, like, what you're doing and why you're here and, like, why you're alive if you're feeling such few things. You're not feeling much excitement. You're not feeling like, you're not laughing very much. You're not adventuring very much. And that's just why I feel like it's really important to try new things and to adventure and to like yourself so that you can go on adventures even if you don't have anyone, because you're not always going to have somebody. I feel like a lot of the times I don't have somebody. Most times I really don't. I'm okay with that. I really like being by myself. But I need to... Sometimes I do feel like I need to be more comfortable doing things by myself. I'm very comfortable doing things by myself, don't get me wrong, but, like, I need to be more excited about it, because sometimes I just really wish I had, like, some friends, like a friend group to go do things with, and so I put off doing things because I want to go do it with somebody, but that just leads to me procrastinating doing anything and, like, not actually doing things. And that's also kind of why I think it's really important to have passions, because I feel like it adds meaning to life, and I feel like it just adds depth. It's another layer to life, and for me, I'm a creative person, and I feel so much better about my life when I'm creating things, and that's why I really like to have things up on my walls. I like to curate a space where I feel really comfortable, and I feel like it's an expression of myself. I love expressing myself. It is so... it just makes life so much better. It makes life better to look at. And it makes me really grateful to have a space that I'm able to express myself. And when I'm able to look at things on the walls that I've made, and I just feel really creative. Like, I've created things, and I don't know, I just like it. It's an expression. I express so much through the things that I create, and it just adds... It's just a layer to life that I just really appreciate, because it's kind of something that I can understand better than anyone else. And it's like I have this connection between me and my art. And it's just such a nice thing to have. And in terms of adding depth and, like, adding another layer to life, I'm really grateful for music. I love music so much, and it helps keep life interesting even when life isn't interesting. I think that you just have to push through those mundane, heavy parts of life to feel real. I feel like that's just a part of being real. I don't know. Now I'm sitting here and thinking about it, and, like, if anything is real, and if I'm real, and if I'm really experiencing things, or if this is just, like, I don't know. I think it'd be really fun to go to a film festival I would love to do that. Sounds really cool. I'd also really like to go to like a Battle of the Bands thing. Is that a real thing? I would also love to act in something. If I was to act in something, I think it'd be really fun to act in something like Stranger Things, or like Scott Pilgrim, or like some kind of like sitcom, or a movie, like a horror movie. Originally I was thinking I was gonna like add eyeliner and mascara, but now I really like my makeup and I don't want to ruin it because I just feel like it's not gonna get better than this. Should I add eyeliner? Like a wing, like I was gonna do like a wing. I don't know. I would also like to make movies. Sometimes I get these images, especially when I listen to music, or sometimes when I'm doing something, I just get these ideas for like visuals. Mostly when I listen to music, I get ideas for visuals, and I wish that I could direct something. I might give it a shot with this new camcorder. It'd be so cool to make movies. That'd be fun. Like, that's a form of expression that I haven't tried yet. Started to read this book, but I'm just not sure that I love the way that it's written. I hear that it's really good. I'm on page 27 and it just hasn't captured my attention yet. In 27 pages. You should have captured my attention by then. Like, I don't know. I feel like you know by the first page whether you like a book or not. Like, you should at least be into it by the first chapter, by the time the first chapter is over. Like, because there's a little bit of exposition there. Okay, they gotta get their exposition in there. So I'll give you a chapter. But after that, like, you should have grabbed my attention by then. Like, there's no reason why you should have to push through, like, to, like, the third chapter, the fifth chapter before you're invested in the story. And I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like it has to do with the author. Like, I think that it has a lot to do with whether the author resonates with you or not. Like, I'm sure this is a good book. It's just not really speaking to me yet. Like, it's just not really speaking to me. I don't know, maybe it will, but I want to know what happens. Okay, I just read the back and it sounds kind of interesting. I want to get to the part where something happens, but I'm on page 27 and I'm like, come on. Should I give this eyeliner a shot? Oh man, this is like the kind of tip that I hate. I don't like this kind of tip. I like when it's a brush and then when it's longer, but this is like more like a tip. I think this is like a felt tip. I used to wear makeup a lot at a certain point, but that was when I hated myself and I wanted to be like anybody else. I was really trying to be like other people and I was really trying to like myself, but it wasn't working. Why can't I breathe? I don't really like to alter my face. I don't like mascara. Like, I just don't like it. I feel like it changes my eye shape, and I really like my eye shape the way that it is. And I just feel like, I don't know. Just don't like it. but I'll put it on for shits and giggles. Probably gonna put on some lashes. So yeah, I really like to do my makeup without doing mascara. Some people just have faces that, like, the makeup suits them better. Like, it just suits them. Or maybe it's because they wear makeup, so we're used to seeing them in makeup. But I just feel like I don't have a makeup face. Well, I really liked the makeup that I like this makeup a lot, actually. I don't actually think I've ever done my makeup quite like this. I was watching some of my videos the other night, and I was listening to the things that I talked about. Oh, you know what I was doing? I was listening to a video that I never posted, where I was talking about sex. And because I made this video about like the use of weed, basically, that people seemed to really like. So I thought that, like, hookup culture, I guess, would be a good topic. But, which it was. It is a good topic that I would like to talk about. But I just started talking about, like, my experience. And through my horrible experience is how I was able to learn that I don't like hooking up with people. And that being taken advantage of so many times has taught me so much and taught me to value myself better and to value that part of me and to not share it with people who don't deserve it and people who don't care about me and people that I don't care about. And yeah, I don't know, that type of thing. But it just turned into this, like, 30-minute, 30 minutes of the video was me explaining, like, my horrible past with, like, being taken advantage of and assaulted. And I just felt like it was really personal. And so I never posted it. And I felt like I couldn't post, like, the message of the video without posting the whole video. So I just never posted it. And I was watching it and, wow, it just made me really sad. Like, it was just really sad to listen to. Let me ask a question. This is a point that I made in that video that I will likely never post. Well, when you're having sex with someone, what's the reason? What's the reason? Because once in my life, have I had sex with someone as an expression of love. Love. Real love. Not infatuation. Not an expression of infatuation, but of love. Real, genuine love. When you're having sex, like, what's the reason? Is it because of infatuation? Is it because of lust? Is it because of desperation? Is it because you're horny? Is it because of pheromones? What's the reason? Is it because of love? Because I feel like for me, it was just really sad to realize that I had only ever once had sex because of love. And all the other times, it was because I was forced to, or it was because of wanting validation, it was out of self-hatred, or it was out of lust. It was just so sad for me to realize that. And I feel like I spent so long wanting to explore sex because it wasn't proving to be what I wanted it to be. And then it just took me way too long to realize that I was using it wrong. And never again, ever, will I have sex with somebody that I don't deeply trust. We should never be having sex with somebody that we don't trust. I don't like the eyeliner. I just don't really like it. It just looks weird. Am I bad at eyeliner or is that the problem? I just don't like it. I really liked it before though. Let's put on some lashes, I think. Anyways, I brought that up because lately I am so happy to be single. I'm just so happy. I do not at all feel the need to search for somebody to be with. I am very happy being by myself at the moment and being single. I'm grateful to be by myself. And it's just a really good feeling to not have this like loneliness or this like heavy desire to like be with somebody. It just feels really good to not even desire that because it's just one less thing to make me unhappy. When I shouldn't be unhappy because I am so lucky and I am so grateful for everything that I have, and I should never be anything except for grateful. I have all of my senses. I have eyes and ears that work. I have legs and arms that work. I have a healthy, strong body. I have a great job with coworkers that I love. I have a space to express myself and to live and feel safe. I have a bed that I get to sleep in every night. And I have art and posters on the wall. And I have the opportunity every day to try new things. I have gratitude. I have a strong, admirable work ethic. I have friends. I have myself. I have so many experiences that I'm grateful for. I'm just really happy. don't need somebody else to make me happy. I don't need somebody else to make me feel desirable. I don't need anybody to think that I'm smart. I don't need anybody to think that I'm hot or worth having sex with. I really like this makeup a lot, actually. Every person I've ever met, there's always been things about me that they didn't get. They just didn't understand, they didn't pick up on, they didn't notice, they didn't think about. But I will pick up on all of those things. It's just kind of nice to not have to explain yourself and try to make somebody understand you. It's just nice to be able to accept yourself and be with yourself. Let's look at this. Let's look at this face. It's kind of late. It is 1 a.m. It's kind of tiring worrying about relationships. I really like not having to keep up with relationships, and I just like being able to think about other things, because when I'm like in a relationship, at least as far as I know, it's been a while since I've been in a relationship, or like especially had a healthy relationship. Have I ever had a healthy relationship? I'm not sure that I've had the opportunity to have a healthy relationship. But as far as I know, in relationships, when I'm in a relationship and I really like somebody, it's like that's all I can think about. It's like really hard to want to do anything else other than be with that person. Although I will say, when I have feelings for somebody, it is very inspiring to my art, so I am able to create things. Whenever I'm doing something, I just be wishing that they were there. Just always be missing them. It's really nice to not have to miss anybody. Like, it just feels good to not have to miss anybody. I hate the feeling of like missing somebody. And also, I think I have this like, I think I have been like left hanging so many times. Like, I feel like I've been ghosted, and like I think I've been abandoned enough that the missing them feels so intense, because it feels like there's quite a chance that I'm never going to see them again. It's like if I'm not super sure that like I have them, it feels like I've lost them. It feels like I'm gonna lose them. It's so easy to lose them. It's so easy. People have just shown, I feel like it's shown, like a lot of people have shown me that it's so easy for them to walk away. It's just so easy for them to abandon you. I feel like it gives me anxiety when I'm starting to depend on somebody a little bit. It just feels like it's not safe to depend on anybody. But yeah, anyways, this has been a really long video. And I'm starting to get tired of looking at a screen with my face on it. So I'm gonna go. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and for clicking on it in the first place. Let me know of any really good books that I should read. Okay, thank you guys so much. Let me know what you think. My comment section is super open for perspectives on things and for your ideas and for your thoughts and feelings. I believe in you and I have faith that you can be so much happier than you could ever even believe. And I wish that for you so much, and I wish for you to find everything in your life that you could ever want and hope for. And it all starts with gratitude. Love yourself, have confidence, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye!